both get out of half a voice.
We live now, baby. Hey, everybody. It's me, Stefan, and that's Bianca. And we're here to have a conversation. And as you see, our topic on today is what changes after marriage. Before we start our discussion, I'm going to have a word of prayer. So, Father God, we thank you today, God, for, first of all, being a young married couple. And we thank you for giving us this heart and desire to talk to the people and let them know what our thoughts and opinions is. And we ask that you bless us and bless everybody that listens in Jesus' name. Amen. So as I said, our topic on today is what's after marriage. So I'm going to put this in the hands of my wife real quickly, let her give some opening remarks, and we're going to dip right in. Lady B.
Hey, everybody. Just want to say hey.
That's all you got to say? My wife is a woman of talk. Amen. So, feel free to comment. Feel free to say things. We have an open discussion. So let's dip right in. So we were talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about the life of marriage and what happens after I do. And we said, you know, a lot of people don't talk about the things that happen that first year, the things that happen those first 30 days. You know, it's more than just the honeymoon and life after that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the growing pains, the merging pains, the things you didn't know before marriage, the things that you didn't think were going to be a big problem, but that one little small thing has become a big problem. So let's talk about it. Let's say one of the things that I think even now we're literally a month away from a year. And one of the things that we did not know was going to be a big issue, but it's still to this day is a big issue. And let's talk about it. TV. I sleep with the TV on. She sleep with the TV off. She don't like noise at night. I want to hear my TV. So I told my wife, I said, well, when I go to sleep, I'm asleep. I'm out. I can't hear nothing. I'm out. So if you stay a little later than me, let me go to sleep, you turn TV off. And that was one of our things. I don't know if that fully fixed the issue, because then I'm not going to claim deafness, but I like my TV a little loud. I can't hear a quiet TV, and she got good ears, and volume 20 is too loud for her, and volume 20, I'm sitting here like, what the TV just say? So at nighttime we struggle, because when I'm trying to go to bed, I said, I just need to hear the TV. She said, oh, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. I'm like, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. So my mama said, smile, Lady B. Bishop Thurston said, hey, Alexanders. We have the iPad here so we can see your comments as we're talking, so feel free to comment, and then we'll reply to those as well. So what do you feel? How did the TV scenario go for us so far as in your vision, in your eyesight?
I guess for me, and like many other things in our marriage, is that I'm the one who's forced to adapt to it. So I basically had to just deal with it. I mean, now it doesn't bother me as much. I mean, there's still times that Stefan want to have the TV super loud, and I'm like, really? We're going to start this argument tonight about the TV, knowing that as soon as Stefan gets in the bed, he's going straight to sleep. You know, it's really annoying, but it keeps me up at night. I don't really get a full sleep because, honestly, I don't know. It affects my dreams, too, and I've been, like, trying to talk to him about it. We talked to Elder Success, and he was talking about going to sleep with the Bible. So that's probably my newest suggestion. And
we have not yet tried it, but we're looking forward to it. We're going to have our Bible play. I wish there was a way to have it play through the TV.
There is. We got the YouTube app.
I don't like YouTube. They put commercials, and you don't know what these commercials be talking about when you sleep.
Oh, but NCIS is better?
I didn't say that. I tell you to turn TV off when I go to sleep. I don't care. You let it play. That's one thing I'll say. I gave her the solution, turn TV off after we go to sleep, And when I wake up in the morning, the TV's still playing.
But what he doesn't understand is I'm tired too. So I want to go to sleep too. Why do I have to wait until you fall asleep? Because see, the thing about it, Stefan, he acts like he's not asleep. Like, I know he's asleep, he's snoring, all type of stuff.
You ain't got to put my snoring
and whatever, people snore. It's a natural, it's natural. It's not like a whatever. Anyways. And I be trying to turn the TV down or pause it, you know, whatever, even turn it off. And he said, I'm awake. And I'm like, no, you're not. You were asleep. And then he argues and then goes back to sleep. And then I'm stuck. And so, you know, what he doesn't understand, he fails to realize too, I have to wake up early in the morning because this person has to be out the house by 4 a.m. at like literally the latest 4 a.m. to go to work.
I try to leave at 3, but it don't happen a lot, y'all.
So I have to wake up. First off, Stefan alarms go off like at 2:30. He does not turn his alarms off. Okay.
And it's funny though. I gotta wake my mind up because I have no intent on waking up at 2:30, and I know it gets on her nerves. But it's a process. You got that 2:30 alarm, that 2:45, that 2:50.
That is for a single person. That's the problem with Stefan and his alarms. He don't understand. He's married. He's not single anymore. It's not you in the basement, you know, because your room was in the basement trying to wake up. It's me and you, and he knows I'm gonna wake him up. So yes, going to sleep with the TV is still annoying because it wakes me up in the middle of the night. It messes with my dreams, and then he has to fall asleep to NCIS. That is what makes it even more annoying. It has to be a specific show. Oh, let's not go there. I
just know every episode of NCIS, so I know. Like, for instance, I'm watching this TV show right now, Madam Secretary. I can't go sleep watching that because I have not watched them all. So I'm going to continue. My mind won't go to sleep. I'm like, what's happening next? Well, NCIS, I know what's going to happen. I watched NCIS since I was a kid. I know every season, every episode. I can pretty much read it word for word.
Anyways, like I said, it's annoying. And like I said, it really messes with my sleep because I'm up in the middle of the night because it's probably like some explosion that done woke me up. You know, I don't know. Like, I'm waking up to go pee and I'm coming in and there's something going on or whatever. And you know, then like I said, I have to wake up and he has his alarms going off, you know, whatever. And I guess that's like the next thing because I have to wake up because somebody over here can't handle a pre-made lunch. So, Stefan, let me tell you, after marriage, Stefan became real bougie.
I did. Okay. Hey, he that find the wife find a good thing. I put all her good works to work.
Anyways, look, he became real bougie, okay? Things that Stefan did not grow up with, things that he did not have before me, all of a sudden now he expects me to do like 1,000,001 of those things, which I have no problem. But it's just like the degree of how he wants me to do it. Like, it was like instant. And so, you know, I don't have a problem making his lunch for work. He needs to eat. But Stefan wants me to make his sandwiches fresh. Like, he can't handle, you know, like if I made his lunch the night before, you know, and in the refrigerator, he just pick it up and go. I have to make it. He needs fresh coffee in the morning. And he does not know how to make coffee.
Wait, I know how to make coffee, but listen. Y'all that know our love story knows that coffee is what sprung this relationship. So now all I want is her coffee.
So, since he wants to bring that up, so you guys know that we courted, and we chose to court instead of date, which means that most of all our interaction was supervised in one way or another. As well as we were very intentional, so we knew going into this talking stage relationship, the end goal was marriage, or seeing if marriage is going to be that. So, when Stefan was at my house, at my parents' house, and we were playing Monopoly and things like that, and, of course, me being a host, you know, raised properly, I asked Stefan if he wanted anything to drink. I told him the type of drinks we had in the house. He asked for coffee. I made him coffee, and when I was about to do the sugar, so first thing first, I put my favorite creamer in there because I was one of the main coffee drinkers at home.
Yes, talk about that creamer, girl. Talk about it.
So when I met Stefan, he was real basic. He would drink like French vanilla or hazelnut creamer, you know, nothing the flavor or whatever. And so I like the Cold Stone creamer. And so I had to put the creamer
Sweet
in there.
cream. It's called.
Okay, Cold Stone Sweet Cream. The Cold Stone makes one creamer.
No, they don't. They make more than one.
I've never known them to make another one, so I just guess I know something new. But anyways, I put my creamer in there. I was going to do the sugar. I asked Stefan, does he want it regular or diabetes, which means a lot of sugar, right? So he said, I guess make it diabetes or whatever. I made him a cup of coffee, and I guess, and after he took one sip, he said that I just completely changed in his eyes. He said that God told him he knew then in that moment that I was meant to be his wife.
The words God told me, I'll never forget it. He said, just as the coffee was right for you, she is your one.
Wow. And so...
Because folks, let me tell you, folks can't make coffee right. I get mad at Starbucks. I get mad at Big B's because they don't do my stuff right all the time. And on the first time this girl ever made me a drink, which I was low-key scared of because me and Bianca still had low-key beef.
I wouldn't poison you. You
Listen.
were at my parents' home.
Yes, but before we go any further, let's address some of these comments. I want to make sure we're addressing what they're saying. One of them gave you a question. Read them out loud so you know that they read. You read.
What was the question?
Right there, lady.
Oh, have you tried putting in earplugs? You know what? I have not thought about that. But you know what? I don't know if the earplugs gonna work because I can't keep my bonnet on at night.
That's the truth.
I don't even know.
Y'all should see how mad she woke up this morning. I said, honey, you do know your hair is not wrapped anymore. She said, just turn the AC on.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'll try. I'm gonna go see if I can get some earplugs. Earplugs and see. So, so Stefan still has not learned how to adjust his alarms. And like I said, he lets the alarms go on, and I have to nudge him, and then he acts like he's dead to the world. So then I have to get on my phone and call his phone just to shut the alarm off. And then Stefan got the most annoying alarm songs. Like, the most annoying. And I don't know if it's because the alarm is going off at 3 in the morning and everything is going to feel annoying, but it is, right?
I start my day out right. One of my ringtones is, yes, Lord. And the other one is, what's the other one? It's the Erica Campbell one. What is it? I think it's, I love God. You don't love God.
And the thing is, he know I can't stand Erica Campbell. He know me and her got real life.
They have real big, like Erica Campbell and her in text message.
He acting like me and Erica Campbell ain't duked it out on social media.
Multiple times.
Like, knowing I don't like Erica Campbell. Like, so...
But I picked that ringtone for my stuff because it was loud. And it's a scary. It's like, it starts off screaming, I love God.
But as I stated before, and this is something that we've been dealing with still now, and we are 27 days to 1 year. He still has not realized you are married now. Stefan does not wake his own self up. Now, in the beginning of our marriage, I originally worked second shift, okay? So I worked 2 to 10, and due to the job I worked at, there were times I would get frozen.
Yes.
Meaning that I would have to work a 16-hour shift. And so I wouldn't be able to be at home to wake Stefan up. So he did need those multiple alarms on those days to wake him up. And then he was carpooling during that time period. But then the guy he was carpooling stopped due to illness in his family. So Stefan drive himself. So in the beginning of our marriage, I dealt with it. But now that God has changed things, that I now have a first shift job.
Let's stop and put a praise right there. He changed things. Because, see, y'all don't understand. I'm just going to put this disclosure in there for a moment. The first part of our marriage, we weren't married in real life. She was never home. She was at work.
Like I wasn't home. I was home.
You was at work. So she got off work at 10 o'clock at night. I still went to work at 3 in the morning. So when she got home, I was asleep. And when I got off of work, she was already at work. Only time we see you know I did. Right. So the only time we see each other was on the weekends, because our schedules literally we didn't see. I mean, we laid in bed at night together.
Or my off days. Don't forget my off days.
Or her off days.
And don't say we weren't real married. What you need to say is we didn't see each other a lot. Okay, like you can probably equate our relationship to maybe like the life of a politician. You know, like in and out, seeing each other, you know, and things like that. But I had off days throughout the week. So on those off days, I was able to see him, you know. But then also, and what we found out too is, now that I have a first shift job, Stefan be tired when he come home. All he want is me to cook, him to eat, watch his TV show, and then he wants to force me to bed early. Because supposedly, Stefan can't sleep without me. Now, mind you, he has gone to sleep without me many a times. But he just act like, you know, he can't go sleep without me, so I got to get in there. And then I don't want to end my night yet. I still got things I want to do.
But see, you know, I go to work at 3 in the morning. She goes to work at 8 in the morning.
But that doesn't mean anything because I have to wake up with him.
That's true. And she been faithful, y'all. She wake up at 3 in the morning. She make my coffee. She gets my lunch together. And then by the time I finally got up out the bed, she gets out the bed before I do. By the time I finally got to bed, you know, threw a little water, brushed a little stink breath, you know. Once I finally did all that, I walk out the room dressed, and she know me sitting there. Here you go. She already hit the automatic start on the car, got my car running.
I will say, on that. I'm not gonna lie. I did not think I was gonna turn to June Cleaver, but I do stand there with his coffee and his lunch bag, waiting for him to grab it. And then, you know, I'll tell him bye, I love you, have a good day, be safe.
And she, not only that, we have a big bottle about this tall, blessing oil. She anoints me every day before I walk out the door. Every day before I walk out that door, I'm getting slapped with some oil. You know, like how, you know, all over, you know, folks at work be thinking I'm sweating before I get there. But she anoints me every day as she sends me to work. You know, I drive just about an hour to work every day. And I work literally next to the former headquarters of the KKK, where they are still very racist. I'm one out of 3 black people in the whole company where I work. So it's very important that she continues to pray for me, because I deal with racism on literally the daily basis. Thank you.
And so, and then this is what he do also, right? So he keep on acting like I got all this time in the work because I go to work. I have to be at work at 8. After Stefan leaves, okay, I make sure I put all the food away, and then what happens? I hear my phone ring, and who's on the phone? It's Stefan. Then I have to talk to him his whole ride to work until he clocks in, okay? So I'm up literally until like 5 in the morning, okay? Then we have 6 a.m. prayer.
Yes, 6 a.m.
Okay? So then what's the point of going to sleep if I got to wake up in an hour or so to go to prayer? And then after prayer, it's 7 o'clock. Then it's time to go to work. Get ready to go to work. Got a shower, etc., etc. So Stefan thinks I get all this glorious sleep. And I keep trying to explain to him, I don't get any sleep. I'm up. And Stefan, I told Stefan back when we was courting, talking, engaged, all that. I told him back then, I was like, if I'm up, I'm up. I have a hard time going back to sleep. Like, if I'm up, especially if I started doing something, like, it's a wrap, you know? So those are some things that, you know, obviously changed. And it's kind of interesting because when we were engaged for a whole year. And we were talking till Stefan would fall asleep. So we kind of...
Mind you, I was an hour ahead of her.
Yeah.
And even before I moved here, I still went to work early. My dad is notorious. I don't know why, but me and my dad worked at the same place, and he goes to work an hour early. My dad, if we ain't got to be there at 6, we leave the house at 4:30. And we sit in the parking lot, and he scrolls on his phone. And I know, I learned, I'll kid you not, I had a blanket. And when we get in the car, I go back to sleep. I know I still got 2 hours before I got to clock in.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you can see right here, you see this photo.
Oh, we're about to talk about that photo.
Yes, we're talking about things about marriage. Okay. So
I'm surprised you jumped to that.
I have to because it's in the picture. And if anybody that knows me and see this photo, I had to defend myself. Okay. So in college, I was in Christ College. Well, I went to Valpo. And in Valpo, I was in the Honors College, which was called Christ College. And so in Honors College, we had like separate courses or whatever. And one of the courses I had was like I think it was like Theo 200. I can't even think what the title of the class is now. It'll probably come to me later. But we had to basically take a piece of artwork and write a paper on it, right? And so I wrote a whole paper about the portrait of white Jesus, right? And basically how it's one of the most racist pictures in the world, right? And so, and my teacher, I knew she loved white Jesus. I knew it. And I couldn't wait. You know, I was extremely militant when I was younger. Now that I have gotten to my professional life, I have learned how to, thank you. Look at the man serving a woman. That's a rarity in this house.
No, it's
He's
not.
He's showing out for TV.
It is not.
Because it would be him asking me, babe, can you give me something to drink? And it got to be cold. This boy act like he can't drink nothing room temperature.
I don't like room temperature. I don't like water room temperature. I love tea.
He don't like water. I had to teach Stefan how to drink water. That was one of, I had never in my life have met somebody that didn't drink water. That annoyed me to the highest degree. That all Stefan drank was pop. I said, you want to leave me with kidney failure for you? Like, why are you trying to leave me, for bad kidneys and stuff like that? So I had to teach Stefan how to drink water. But now, I guess if it got to be cold, at least he drinking the water.
And I honestly could tell you, one thing that I can say changed for me since marriage, it's a rarity, and she'll attest to this, that you see me drinking pop. We don't buy pop unless it's a special occasion. She knows I love Vernon's. So maybe once a month I get a Vernon's, and she'll surprise me with it. But I really, since we got married, I do not drink pop. Now, I drink tea. I like vitamin waters. I do drink regular water, but I don't drink pop anymore. And that's thanks to this lady right here.
Okay, so back to white Jesus, right?
Tawana says she hate water too.
Oh no, honey, you gotta get your water game up. Y'all trying to have bad skin.
I'm telling you, try it cold. I used to couldn't stand room temperature
or
water.
just put lemon juice in there, put some lime juice. You can always get you some Crystal Light. Mm-hmm. They have really changed the whole powdered drink world, because I remember a lot of stuff used to be really chalky and weird tasting.
Right.
But there's a lot of them now that are pretty decent. But y'all gotta get y'all water life together, because water literally is life.
I see her today probably drink. That's probably about a gallon and a half in that thing, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I've seen her today literally drink a gallon and a half of water.
Yeah. So
she said she could drink Propel.
Well, that's not water. That's all right. We gonna get it together. That's all right. I'm gonna figure out a way to get Tawana in some water. But yeah, so white Jesus is up here. So I do not like the portrait of white Jesus. I do not believe that Jesus is white. First off, Jesus never went to Europe. So let's get that. He's not even from Europe, et cetera, et cetera. And then plus just the history of this portrait, right? So I wrote this paper, and my paper was so cold, my teacher had to give me an A. And she hated to give me that A. And she thought she was going to be disrespectful by just giving me a regular A. Because y'all know in college, grades are kind of weighted. But anyway, she had to give me an A. She was mad, whatever. And she wanted to have a long talk with me after that paper, right? She called me to her office because she had passed everybody papers back and put it in Blackboard, but never did mine because she wanted to have a discussion. I was gonna rewrite that paper. No. So, and I already had myself ready for backup because I was ready to take her to the dean, whatever. So Stefan had this picture of white Jesus, right? And when I met him, the picture was broken. Well, he told me it was broken.
It was never. No, when you met me, it was fixed. It was fixed. It was hanging in my room.
I never saw it until you tried to bring him to his house.
Yeah, she stopped me at the door. I was like, hold on, wait, bro. Whoa.
This is what happened, right? Because there was no way he was going to put white Jesus on the wall, okay?
You see it there.
No. Don't let them think it happened. White Jesus did not get on this wall. What?
What'd you say, Opa?
It said reconnect, but it came back home. So white Jesus did not get on the wall until about a month ago. And the only reason why I got on there a month ago, because then Stefan told me the real story about the picture. How that picture was his grandmama's. Okay? You can't mess with no grandmama. Okay? Especially knowing how much he loved his grandma.
My mama said he fixed it before he left.
You know what? Me and my mother-in-law going to have a talk after this. So, because I'm mad now she fixed it. She should have asked me, should it be fixed? So he had told me it was his grandmama's and then all this stuff. And so, because it was his grandmama's, I let it go on the wall because I respect his grandmother, even though I did not meet her, but I've heard lovely stories about her. And so, and I know how much he loved his grandma.
Now, can I interject for 2 seconds? That portrait has a significant meaning to me for more than one reason. It was my grandmother's photo, a portrait, but not only that. But when I was younger, I've cherished this portrait has been in my possession since I was probably about 12, 13. And when I say my possession, I mean in my room, hanging on my wall, everywhere I moved, it went with me. But anyways, the portrait was very old, and it had got damaged. And I had a friend who is now deceased, who had restored my portrait. You know, they had it fixed because the framing was broken, so they had the framing fixed, and they had it repainted in oil paint, and they had it painted with the brown, and then the inside lining is gold paint. So it means a lot to me because it now carries memories of 2 people that are now deceased for me. So it was going in my house. I ain't care what nobody had to say.
He did because he showed and put it up on time. But I will say that I think that it's kind of funny.
They said you tickling them with that white Jesus.
Look, first off, y'all should just already know. First off, I have hated this, and I should not say hate, but now I don't think much of it. Because I've been delivered. But since I was younger, I've had a very, very strong dislike of white Jesus. Like the fact that white Jesus was on our fans in a black church killed me, right? I would intentionally rip those photos. I would, and I had some mean ushers growing up, but I was taking risks back in the day. Right, white Jesus was just not gonna be a fan that day. We was gonna be hot in church, but we was not gonna fan white Jesus. That was me having a silent protest. Okay, I've been protesting.
So if you grew up at that church and y'all worried about y'all ain't had no church fans?
Nah, I only did that in my local assembly. And so, yeah, and then good times. Y'all remember that episode about Black Jesus?
Yes.
Good times. So me and white Jesus just always just had a little whatever, right? So that's something also that changed in marriage. Like when it comes to decorating, I didn't realize how, I'll put it like this. Women in the church, when they give advice when you're getting married or after marriage. 'Cause I got a lot of advice after marriage.
Tawana said white Jesus was always in culture, and I don't know why.
It's a black church thing. And that's why I alluded to that episode of Good Times, because Florida, even though, like, she didn't believe technically that Jesus was white, but she couldn't. Lord, tell missionary Bobby Reed and them I'm sorry. But I was a junior usher. I was a good junior usher. The Saint just wasn't going to get a white Jesus fan. Y'all was going to get that Coleman and Hicks funeral home, or you was going to get the Martin Luther King fan.
Or Alfred.
Huh?
Or Alfred.
I think we had some Bishop Alfred fans. No, we didn't. I know we grew up with Coleman and Hicks because that was the funeral home in my area. So I don't know. I never remember growing up with a Bishop Alfred fan.
Oh well, if you lived in Elkhart, South Bend, that area, Alfred hit you every listen.
Yeah, I don't know. Because Coleman and Hicks is our funeral home out here. Like Coleman and Hicks is what Bishop Alfred is to y'all area.
Yes.
Because Coleman Hicks takes like the whole county. They go into Gary, all type of places, but that was who we had. So, and they would give us some advice. And so, I didn't realize that my husband was going to have so much say-so about how the house was set up. Like,
I want you to go ahead and elaborate on this furniture we got. We ain't going to show
y'all.
Oh,
wow, you want to talk about the furniture?
We ain't going to show it to y'all.
I wasn't going to talk about that.
I'm going to let her go ahead and have this furniture conversation so
I wasn't going to talk about it because that wasn't really after marriage. That was before. So,
well, bought it before marriage.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, this is how it go, okay? So, me and Stefan, like I told you, we was courting, right? So, when you're courting, you're extremely intentional. So, we started our courting process in October of 2018. Okay? And, it was little stuff every little month. And then, like, in January, it's kind of when we went full-fledged. that's when I think that was right after Bishop Moody's funeral. That's when we got each other's number. So we was DMing each other, and we'll probably do another video talking about how we met and all that type of stuff. I won't go on that today because that's not the full topic. But we knew, we kind of knew after that, and then in February, Stefan officially but unofficially proposed to me. So that's when he told me that I was his Eve, and that was his way of saying that we're gonna get married. That's my intention with you, right? So basically, the months to
a smooth church boy, we don't say you are wife to be, or y'all say first ladies now. But see, I went back to the Bible. I said, girl, you're going to be my Eve. I took it to the Word of God.
Yes. So basically after that, that's when I got rid of all the people I was talking to officially, because I never stopped talking to other young men when I was courting Stefan, because I didn't believe putting all my eggs in one basket for a dude that's not all the way serious about me, and I don't feel that confirmed. So after that, that's when I stopped talking to the other guys I was talking to. It kind of made it kind of plain and simple. I got a man now, right? So then we were intentional, we knew we were going to get married, we're moving on. And basically, I think Stefan just waited till he can afford a ring. Because then by Easter...
I wasn't broke.
I didn't say you were broke. I said you just...
But what's on her hand wasn't cheap.
Anyways, so I basically on Easter, that's when he had proposed to me. And then we kind of made the plan. So normally when Christians get engaged, they get married 6 months or less, right? It's like they date, they get engaged, and then literally within 4 months, they down the aisle, right? We didn't want to be one of them common Christian couples, okay? We did not want to be from engagement to wedding in 6 months. We didn't feel like it was a rush. And then also, we knew that there were still things that we needed to learn from each other, as well as we knew we wanted a beautiful, fabulous wedding. We wanted to make sure that when we started our life, that everything was in order. We wanted to work in God's order, right? So we knew that we were meant to be. We knew that marriage is where we were headed. Now let's prepare for it, right? Because the Bible says faith without works is dead. Mm-hmm. And you got to prepare. And so what we did was immediately we found someone to do our premarital counseling, right? So we did that, and then we made a plan to buy everything we needed for our home. We didn't even have a home yet. We didn't know where we was going to lay our head.
Both of us still live with our parents.
Yes, we lived at home. We didn't know where we were going to live, but we took the time to buy everything. So I'm at work. Okay. Now we were at the stage to buy funerals to buy furniture. Okay.
We not dying over here.
So this is what happened. So we had made this plan about buying all the stuff we need for our house, and we knew that Black Friday would be the time to get everything. So we were saving our money up. We saved up our money from May all the way to November. We saved our money up, right? And we had all the money we needed, and so we just started buying all the stuff. We went to everybody's store doing Black Friday.
Listen, Black Friday was so annoying. I was tired of carrying stuff. I think at one store we had 2 carts.
But that's because almost everything we needed for our home was at that store. And I think that was Walmart.
No, it was Target.
Was it Target?
Target.
Oh, yeah, Target had a lot of stuff, too. Yeah, I think that's where we had the 2 carts at. Well, I think we had 2 carts at every store, low key.
Maybe.
I think so, because we would split up when we got to the store, you go get this, and then you go get that, just because we didn't want things to run out, right? So that was our plan, and we did according to the plan. We had our money ready. We went to the store. We found everything, I think, but one thing that I wanted to get. The pressure cooker.
Yes.
And I didn't get that till after marriage. And so we had to get the furniture, right? So I'm at work, okay? While I'm at work, Stefan is at the furniture store. They got a Black Friday sale. And of course, he just doesn't think about me.
I called her.
He did not. When he called me finally, he already bought the furniture. He played me in the comments, in the photo, talking about, oh, which color do you like? And I'm over here at work trying to figure out, like, what do you mean what color? Like, I need to sit on this couch. I need to feel this material. I need to know it's easy, clean. Like, I want to be there with you. Like, how dare you make such a big decision without me? Like, I think that was our first big decision. And Stefan...
And also our first big fight.
And Stefan disregarded me as an equal partner in this situation.
But y'all know, hold on, I don't think I ain't see, I don't know Bishop Thirsty, he's about the only man I've seen on here so far. But y'all know, when you see a sale, and it's like, Bay at work, but I just don't I don't want to miss this deal. I think Bay will be happy if I save us this money. I mean, we got our furniture for less than $1,000, brand new, not used furniture, brand new furniture, less than $1,000. I said, I got to take advantage of this deal. It was Black Friday sale. So it was only going to be a one-day sale. I said, I got to do it. I called her multiple times. I know she was at work. I'm not saying she was ignoring me. She's at work. Called her multiple times. She answered. I told the guy, I said, I think I'm about to make an executive decision. I said, I hope I don't get in trouble. And I got in trouble.
We're not married. He don't got no executive rights. Ain't no head or nothing. I lived at my parents' house. My daddy was still my head. Anyways, so he made his decision. And we had to live with the result to this furniture. And instantly he low-key regretted it because all of a sudden...
Hold on, pause. I regret that furniture when we had to move it in the house. It took me and my daddy 2 hours to try to finagle that furniture to fit through the door.
But if he would have waited and we would have talked about it, we could have found a better solution.
I told my wife when we move, that couch is dead because I'm not fighting to get it out. I'm taking a sledgehammer to that couch. When I tell you I'm not saying it took us 2 hours to move. It took 2 hours to get that furniture in this house. After we did that furniture last because we could not get it in the door.
Yes. So other things I think that changed after marriage is just even like the way that we communicate. You know, we talked about earlier about how when we first got married, we worked opposite shifts. So that was a real big pill we had to swallow because we weren't always together. You know, a lot of times we were just passengers, you know, on the road. And then, you know, it was a lot to deal with. And then after we got kind of in sync with schedule,
we realized how much growing we had. You know, we were married, we were happy, but it's like, okay, we didn't
get on my nerves.
We didn't realize how much we got on each other's nerves until we both got work at the same time, until we were home every day at the same time. And it's like, you know, we only have one bathroom. Like, hey, did you come on out that? I didn't realize. Listen, I did not realize that wasn't just a TV thing.
No, let me tell you about the bathroom, okay? I didn't grow up with us just busting in the bathroom on each other, okay? So I think like the first time Stefan busted into the bathroom while I was using the restroom, he did not realize how angry he made me. We had a big old argument about that. I don't give a care what you did at your mama and daddy house. I don't care what you and your siblings did to each other. Bro, I'm like, what some don't understand is we are living together for the first time. Like, I know you, but I don't know you yet. Okay? You got to chill. You got to ease into this.
Listen.
Okay? Because we were just courting, we were dating, we were engaged, but we didn't live together for a marriage. So it's like I'm really kind of getting to know you still, you know, getting more comfortable with you, you know, and you just doing things like we know each other like that.
Listen, when I made my vows, I took it serious. When I walked in that bathroom, how mad she got, I said, what? She says, what are you doing? I said, you my wife. I said, I can walk in the bathroom whenever I want to walk in the bathroom. Listen, she still to this day don't go in the bathroom when I'm in it, but I'll still walk in. If I gotta brush I don't care what you're doing, I gotta get in the bathroom.
I give him his privacy, okay? Just be real, okay? But yeah, so we got in a big real argument about that. And then, you know how, like, there's always, like, this, I don't know if it's true, but it's like this myth that women link up, like their cycles link up or whatever when you have women in the house. Well, somehow when we got married, I feel like our bladders got linked. Because anytime I had to go to the restroom, I'm sitting there and next, 10 seconds later, I got to go to the bathroom. Hurry up. And I'm like, are you really doing this again? You know? And then he gets mad when I try to use the restroom sometimes out and about because I know when we get home, he's going to have to go to the bathroom too. So I'll be like, okay, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to be wild in this. Let me use it here because I know I done drunk like 4 drinks, you know, since we've been out. I know I'm going to have to go. Let me do it. But it never fails. Never fails. I could be sitting in the living room. I got to go. Stefan could be stretched out, chilling. I go to the bathroom. He got to go. Like every single time. And so when we get our new place, definitely get 2 bathrooms.
Yes.
Like that's going to save our marriage from the jump. 2 bathrooms. So we learned that like instantly.
Listen, now I just tell her when we come in the house and we've been gone for a couple hours, if we've been gone more than 2 hours, I say, as soon as I get out the car, I say, don't run straight to that bathroom. I'm going first. Because she take her time. You know, let me just go first.
Okay, I can admit, like, so some of the things I take a long time in the bathroom, I really don't, you know, whatever. But I'm a lady and I'm not going to just, I mean, this ain't just like no squat type of thing and spray it everywhere. You know, just be wild. Like, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do what I have to do properly. I'm going to properly wipe whatever, you know, make sure the seat clean. I'm going to wash my hands. You know, I sing the happy birthday song twice. You know, whatever. I'm going to do it all.
Let me go to these comments because these comments are lined up. Let me start with the first one. Alex said, you guys are learning each other. She put hearts. And Bishop Thurston, I love Bishop Thurston. He said, time will fix all this.
Amen, Bishop.
And then he laughed at you talking about leaked bladders. And then my mom said, not leaked bladders. And then, I don't know how to pronounce her name properly. I don't want to butcher it.
What? Who, Brittany? Oh, yes, girl. Yes, we do.
Oh, I could have said her last name.
Oh. Yes, y'all. Let me tell you. It's really real. And then, I'm trying to think, what's some other stuff that changed after marriage? Oh, like food, right? So when I met Stefan, he was like the fast food king. Okay?
When you work 2 jobs and you was a bachelor, what they do?
Oh, no. I know a lot of beautiful black people that are bachelor and bachelorette, whatever you want to call it, and they can cook.
They work 2 jobs?
Stefan, that don't mean nothing. They know when they want to eat, they gonna cook.
Listen, let me tell y'all, before we got married and moved in together, I had 2 jobs. I worked from 6 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. I would go, grab me something to eat, and be at my second job by 5:30 and work till 9 at night. I was the fast food king because I didn't have time to cook. And I would go home, do it all over again tomorrow.
But, okay, granted, you were busy at times, but I do feel that you could have took a lot more effort with your health, you know, and you could have learned how to meal prep.
I cooked when I had my daughter.
Stefan, you and Leia still, he would go to Kroger and get a bag of frozen chicken nuggets.
That's not what I would do.
Yes, you would. You would get...
It was frozen chicken strips.
Oh, whatever.
They were not as bad.
Stefan.
And I wouldn't even fry them. I would bake them.
Oh, the blood. The blood. Processed meat. Oh, my God. The same thing. Because you have to remember, me and Stefan would FaceTime all the time to communicate, like, every day. So when he would have a Leia, I'll be on FaceTime the whole time. So I saw what they would eat. Okay? And then he'll fry some fries or whatever. And then very rarely I would hear that his dad cooked and he was eating whatever his dad had made. Right? And so I couldn't stand the fact that Stefan ate so much fast food. I was like, I'm going to break that when we get married. Because ain't no way. And I have been trying. Now, there are moments where Stefan be slick and find his way to Steak and Shake across the street and all different stuff.
Let me tell you something. I asked my wife, I said, honey, what you cooking today? If it sounds like it's too complex, it's going to take you more than 30 minutes, I'm going to get me a cheeseburger, hold me over till dinner's done.
And he doesn't need to be held over because then when I cook, he eats like 3/4 of what I served him. And I give him a normal serving. But anyways, so yeah, that was like something I had to break, which was his fast food. But I didn't know that by breaking him would find out he doesn't eat leftovers. So I was really frustrated with his mama and them about how did you not teach your black son about leftovers?
Hold on. My parents did teach us, but the philosophy of the house is, if there's leftovers, ain't nobody cooking tomorrow. If you don't eat it, go buy something.
But the thing about it is, eat the leftovers.
If it's good enough, like for instance, what you made this past week, There was no leftovers because we ate it all, and what was left, it didn't make it past the next day.
That's because I had to start learning. Now, this is one thing too, right? After marriage, I had to learn, and there was something for me because I had a family of 4, and I cooked at my parents' house for my family. So I had to learn how not to cook for a family of 4 because Stefan doesn't eat a lot. He does not eat leftovers. When we first got married, there was so much leftover food. It would kill me because I couldn't even eat the leftovers fast enough because Stefan would be wanting me to cook a whole nother from scratch meal the next day and don't want to put it on the grocery bill. Thought that grocery bill, that part was
my
all
mama said, I don't do leftovers often. Sorry, B, his daddy spoiled us.
You know what? And yes, that was so hard to deal with. To find out, like a lot of how he grew up was completely different how I grew up. Like the roles were reversed in our households.
Yes, my daddy's a chef, so he cooks. Because my dad, as a chef, critiques. There's a reason why I don't cook. Because when you listen, in my house, you can cook dinner, or you can cook something, and my dad would taste it, and say, oh, son, that tastes so good. He'd be like, need a little bit more salt, a little bit too much cayenne pepper. And I'm like, he'll make it mad.
I don't think that's true because your dad ate my food, and he did not critique me.
Maybe not to you. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, so you trying to say he had something to say about my food?
If he did, he said to my mama, he said nothing to me. I'm out of that. I mean, I don't know. My dad's a critiquer to the day. He think he the best chef on the side of heaven, so.
Anyways, so, yes, that was...
Mariah said, I never made a lot of food because my family has always just been me, my son, and my husband.
See, but I think like now that I realize, now it's different. So like, for example, this week I did learn that in my house, we can take a pack of chicken and make 2 meals out of it. Where like when I grew up, a pack of chicken was...
Mama said he liked your food. What's on the menu this week?
Oh, okay. Well, look, let him know he get a plate. Because I've been thinking about making me some Popeye this week. I got a lot of different things. Let me stop. Anyways. So, yeah, that was really, really difficult for me was the fact that Stefan did not eat leftovers and the fact that he wanted a home-cooked meal every day. Now, I have no problem cooking. I find joy in cooking for my husband. I find joy in cooking things that he loves. Even if I don't know a recipe all the way, like, very confident of it, I will, like, research recipes. I'll look up the comments, and then I will just pray to the Lord that it comes out right. I will test it while I could.
And I'll tell you this real quickly. There was only one meal, and I think you know what I'm about to talk about. There was one meal my wife cooked, and that was the first meal that she cooked that she didn't know how to cook that she found online. And I looked at her, it's the most lovey-dovey face. I said, baby, stick to what you know. I said, please cook me a second meal. I don't want this.
Okay, so what he's referring to is that person who lied about that Olive Garden
no,
recipe.
No, that was good. I'm talking about those sliders. I ate that Olive Garden, them little nasty
The one that was really
with the
tangy?
Hawaiian and I didn't like those.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I think, maybe there's 2. Well, I guess there's 2.
I like the one. You didn't like it.
The one that was made with Olive Garden sauce?
Yes, you didn't like it. I did.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't like that one. I found out whoever the person was, they lied, and they still owe me for them ingredients. But anyways, I had made these sliders, right? And Stefan, I guess what happened is either I had put too much of I got put too much of something, and it was soggy, and he didn't like that it was soggy. It was like a texture issue. And then they say that you're supposed to garnish like the minced onions on top, but when you cook them, whatever, like they should tell you to put that in like the last 2 minutes or something, because they were like, so it was just like, I don't know, like something about Stefan, he just couldn't handle, like the slider was good. I tore them up. They was a bomb. Like I gave them to my family. Everybody was like, they loved them, but for some reason he couldn't handle them because they were like a little too soggy.
But one thing about me that a lot of people don't know, because I'll smile in your face real nice, but I probably won't eat your food. I'm a 3-in-1 eater. It has to smell good, it has to taste good, look good, and feel good. If your food, I'm sorry, I'm an image eater. If it don't look good, I can't mess with you. I just can't. And the way them slides might have been good, but they was too doughy for me. I couldn't do it. I said nope. Oh, you want to get the comments? They are
I saw
talking.
something about vegetables.
They are talking. But that's just
Oh,
me.
yeah, it's still open for them ingredients. I ain't playing.
Listen, I can't eat like that.
Danilla girl, she cracked up. She said that.
What she said?
About sticking to the river that Alexis used to. Girl, she did not have to hit me with that TLC lyric. Girl. But yeah, like that was like a really big thing was like food. And then like getting Stefan to try other foods. You know, because
Were we married for your birthday? When I took you to
no, we were engaged when you took me to the Arab restaurant.
Well, that I gotta talk about that real quick, even though that ain't got nothing to do with after marriage. But my wife, the world traveler Bianca, the nation Bianca, eats everything. I'm sorry, I eat American food only. I like
not anymore.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I like Chinese a little bit. Don't put no squid on my plate. I'm good. But
that was calamari.
Whatever it was, I ain't
Wait,
like
is that squid? No, that wasn't squid. What it is? That's an octopus?
I don't know.
That's an octopus.
But I told him to take it back.
I don't think, can you eat squid without the ink? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let
me get back to what I'm saying. So, for her birthday, my wife likes weird stuff. So I took her. What was that restaurant? What was it? Your food? What?
No, it was Arabic food.
Arabic. My mama like Arabic food. I still won't eat that stuff. It looks. I'm telling you, I can't. The way it look. My mama tear it up. She'll tear it up. But for her birthday, I took her to the Arabic restaurant. Expensive place. Still trying to figure out how we spend $100 on food. I still don't get it. Anyways, because the price was looking good, but somehow it added up. But I sat there. You know, I had invited her friends came. You know, all that. It was her birthday. You know, enjoy yourself. I had already made up in my mind. We was in Chicago. The restaurant was in Chicago. Said, as soon as we leave here, I'm going to Harold's. Going to Harold's. So I'm like, I ain't eating. You know, I told her, babe, eat whatever you want. You know, order whatever you want. The only thing I did like was, what was it? The lamb. What was that meat? I liked it.
I think you like the lamb, and I think you like the chicken shawarma, too. You like the meats. You ate all the meats that we had.
Okay, I liked the meats. Besides, I don't like, but that's a different restaurant anyway. But she tried to get me to eat hummus. I hate hummus. I can't stand hummus. I don't like pita bread, whatever that was.
You did eat the bread.
I didn't like it. I ate it because you kept forcing me to. I did, and I was that oil that they had on it. I didn't like it.
Olive oil.
Well, it don't taste right. It ain't cooked. It's on my forehead, not in my mouth. Anyways.
Oh, the blood.
Yes. So that was my first encounter of, oh my God, I married a world traveler. Like, I don't want to eat food like this all the time. So even at home, I tell her, I said, baby, stick to American food. If you don't want to be your... And I mean, I have never had to hurt her feelings when it comes to food. Like I said, there's only been one dish that she cooked that I refused to eat, and that was them sliders. Everything else my wife cooked, I give it a try. Now, one thing about my wife that she ain't told y'all yet, she like hot food. I don't. I hate hot food. I don't eat hot sauce, none of that stuff. So we're working on a compromise because she cooked this food spicy and my mouth be on fire. She still makes spicy food. She says she's trying to stop, but everything's hot. Everything's hot. And I'm not talking about like peppers. I can deal with peppers. I can bell peppers and jalapeno. I can deal with that stuff. But I don't know what she be putting in this stuff to make it hot. But it be burning my mouth.
It's Slap Your Mama. I haven't been delivered from Slap Your Mama yet. And it's hard because the thing about it is that I'm the cook of the house, okay? Stefan has cooked probably like 4 times since we've been married.
That's right.
Okay?
I cook on special occasions.
Okay, anyways. Like, and the one thing that I like that Stefan makes, I have to beg him to make it. Okay? Now.
Or if I'm in the doghouse, I do it.
Anyways, Stefan fries chicken better than me. Okay, I can admit that. Now, I know how to fry some chicken. But I don't know the fact that Stefan makes it that makes it better. I don't know. But I enjoy his fried chicken. And when I have a taste for fried chicken wings, I be like, yo, fry me some chicken. And like, he don't want to do it. And that bothers me. Because it's like anything Stefan asks me to make, I make it.
Hey, listen, that's the truth.
I mean, literally. Like, he can say, like, I mean.
Man, when I told y'all about Thanksgiving dinner, you made it. I had got ham. What else did you make that day?
Everything.
Yeah. All just
my thing is, and like, I have no problem. Like, Stefan can talk about, oh, yeah, I remember I used to eat this. I used to like it. And then, you know, I would add it to my list. So before I go home from work, I'll stop by the grocery store and, you know, get those ingredients. You know, but like sometimes he doesn't.
Alea got her spoiled too. You know, Alea said Mama B, beef tips. Beef tips. And Alea get beef tips. Alea loves Mama B's beef tips.
Yes. And so, speaking of that, one reason why I had to work on Stefan's eating is because it got to Alea. Now, Alea is our 4-year-old daughter. Now, I told y'all is secretly 45 years old. Okay? She 45 with a pension, all type of stuff. I don't know. Alea is grown. Okay? But Alea don't eat real food. She wants noodles. She wants bologna sandwiches. She like chicken nuggets. She eats so much processed and unhealthy food that, like, it's hard to get her to eat vegetables, even to eat potatoes.
No, she loves carrots. Alea will sit there and eat a whole bag of carrots.
Yes, with her daddy. Now, Leia's one of those kids that if her daddy got it, she'll want to eat what her daddy has to eat. And so when I realized that, I had to work on Stefan because I know Alea's going to do whatever Stefan is doing. Okay? So I had to start finding different things that Alea likes and then make it healthy, right? So she's a noodles kid, right? Well, a better version is like egg noodles and stuff like that. So I'll make her some egg noodles with some homemade gravy, put like some little beef tips in there, or so do something with chicken, you know.
She'll tear it up.
You know, then I had to start figuring out how to like get her to eat broccoli and different stuff. So like I had to be learning how to change her palate, right? And then I do eat a lot of international foods because that's something that's just...
that's her broke best friend.
Look, cause let me tell you about Alea Marie Alexander. Okay? Alea is not, you can't take her to the grocery store. You can't take her to the shopping mall. You can't take her to the gas station. Cause everything she sees.
Mama B, don't you need this?
She be like, it's not even, do you need this no more? She said, Mama B, you need this. And then she literally will pick it up and put it in the cart. And then when I get to the cart, I got a million things. I don't even know how I got up there. And then because I wasn't paying attention, I bought half of it. You know, that's Alea. That is my broke best friend. Because that girl spent money like water and she don't make $1. She gonna start getting some chores. She gonna start making this money she spend. Because every weekend, if she ain't getting a new toy, she getting some candy. You know, she getting something. And then she know I'll say no, then she'll go to her daddy.
And for some reason, well, I ain't gonna say for some reason, because we a Kojic family. We love to dress. And my daughter started early. We go to the hair store, we go to all these different stores. Alea found some pearls she wants, some necklace. Alea like to dress and she just slide it on in the cart.
Yeah. And Alea, she wear like 18 necklaces at one time. And like when she comes over for the weekend.
Say you gonna learn how to put it back.
Like, your mama crazy. And like, yeah, Alea, what she'll do is when she comes here, she'll take her clothes out, whatever that she wore from her mama's house.
And put on the dress.
And then she'll go in there and then she put that Frozen dress on. I bought that dress. I can't wait till she can't fit that dress no more. And I'm mad I bought it a size bigger. Because now I'm stuck with that dress for a long time. It doesn't matter if it's snow outside, hot outside, raining, cloudy. She gonna put that Frozen dress on, put 8 necklaces on, and all her bracelets.
In that order.
And then she gonna put her rings on. I had her done bought her rings now. So then she put her rings on, and then she gotta get her lip gloss on, and she put it on like Crisco. Yo, this girl, and then she want to put every bow in her hair.
And then you know what she say? I'm ready for church.
Yes, and then I guess because she know when she's with us, she's gonna go to church. She think I'm like, girl, we don't go to church till Sunday. You got a whole day and a half before we go to church. And then she puts on her church shoes everywhere we go.
Her tights.
Yes. Oh my God. Because I guess at her mom's house she wear like a lot of leggings and stuff. So she putting her tights on, wearing like leggings. I'm like, girl, where you going? You can't wear that. I'm like, those are tights. Like, oh my gosh, she is hilarious. You know, then she got her own fascinators now.
Yes.
This girl is a lot, and it's hilarious, and it just goes with
this
her.
This girl got her own knit dress.
Yeah. She's just, Alea is...
Like, Alea was convocation ready. I think she might be more mad than us that convocation got canceled.
Yeah, she would have been cute this past year for convocation because I had started early on her wardrobe because K&G has all the perfect, like, convocation style, AIM style, like, church galore dresses, and they're all, like, $25, $30. So I was like, I'm buy her a dress every check. So by the time convocation come, every day she step out the door, she gonna be fly. Did we know Corona was gonna come? No, but she got a bunch of bound dresses now. But yeah, so yeah, what's some other things, you know? Oh, what? And since we're still talking about Leia, his visitation schedule started changing a little bit after marriage. Because you used to get a Leia like during the week when we were engaged. You get her like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, but I lived in the same city as her. Now I live an hour away from her.
Yeah.
So, you know, change a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the bedroom for a second. We fought on who's going to sleep on what side of the bed.
Yes, he did. But this is the thing, okay? I just felt that the man should sleep closer to the door so that if, like, something would go down, he has easy access to get in and out, okay?
But
that he don't have to go around the bed.
Hold on, pause. That's not the argument we had. I sleep on the side by the door. You wanted that side.
No, I want it now. Remember, that's when the first argument was that. Then we argued later on. This is what happened, right? So Stefan tried to act like he wasn't a cuddler and stuff like that. Stefan loves to cuddle. Okay? All that. So, like, it was getting uncomfortable for me the way that, because, like, how to cuddle the right way. And I was like, and then he wanted to cuddle a long time. So it was like, I can't lay in the bed for a long time like this. My arm gonna go to sleep. But if you would switch sides with me, then I can lay perfectly. It'll be a perfect thing. I can be in your chest. How you like it. You can hold me. You know, we can just be cool and we can talk. It can just be beautiful. So that is why we argued the second time. And it was because of your new discovery. But it was a new discovery as we got married and as our intimacy grown and we love each other and we don't want to be apart. We just learned different things that we like, okay? What's it called? But we did argue about which bed we was going to bring into the house because we got...
No, it wasn't about which bed I was going to bring in the house. We argued about which one we was going to sleep in because we both owned bedroom. The bedroom sets we had before we moved in together, we both owned them.
And they were newer.
Yeah, both of them were. I had just bought mine probably 6 months prior to moving here.
But mine was real good wood, like that good southern good wood.
Hers remind me I was born in the hood.
In the hood?
And my grandma...
People in the hood ain't got a bed like mine,
Hold on, baby. And my grandma gave me her old bed. That was sturdy. She said, Papa made this himself. Your bed reminds me of handmaidenness. I had a nice... Now,
he didn't know nothing about southern beds until my grandma Lee passed away and I took him down to Mississippi and he saw the beds down there. Then all of a sudden when we got married, he tried to shade my bed.
I had a nice...
You had one of them commercial beds.
Listen, she got me scooted to the edge of my seat. The only reason we picked her bed, because we sleep in her bed, was because when I gave it to her, my bed was low. Her bed sits high, mine sits low. So... I agree with her that having a higher bed would probably be better for our backs and stuff. So, whatever, Mama. My mama talking junk because she got the same bedroom set Bianca had.
Let me see.
They have the same one, but in king size. They have the same bedroom set. But I had a nice bedroom set, black. Came with the mirror, everything. Hers did too as well. But anyways... I liked in my bed. I bought a nice neutral bed. You know, you can change the colors of the bedroom, whatever. But her bed is hard to decorate with.
How is it hard to decorate? It's wood.
Yeah, what you going? What?
Stefan, we done changed the comforter set 3 times.
But I'm talking about decoration on the wall.
On the wall?
Yes.
What?
As you can see, we're still having this argument.
You know what? I think he done added something to it, and you're not going to vex my spirit on this live.
Now, listen, Saints. One of the biggest fights in this house is decorations. My wife didn't know she had a very opinionated husband.
No. That's not that. I did not know this is the thing. Somehow Stefan forgot to read the Bible and what the Bible say, and he didn't let me do my duty. That's the problem. See, he wanted to tell me all my other duties, but the main one that was one of mine. And so I had to remind him what the words say. Okay? And he kept trying to do my job. And so that is what we fought about. I didn't have a problem, with him having an opinion because this is his home too. And I would want him to find joy in coming home and seeing things that he liked. So I didn't have a problem, if he wanted, I had a problem with white Jesus. I ain't gonna lie about that. That's just what it is. But there was other things I didn't have a problem. I'm like, he's really into crystal. So I let Stefan buy the crystal for the house. There was like a lot of things. Like he wanted, and one thing I'm gonna tell you what happened with Stefan. He took advantage of me having a second shift job. Like I stated before, during our engagement, we saved our money so that we can buy everything for our future home. And that when we move into our home, we had everything, right? Because did we know that there was going to be Corona and we wasn't going to be able to have a home warming party? No, but God did. And that's why we know a lot of people don't realize, but see, you can't believe that God got one plan for your life and not have the whole plan.
Right.
Right? So God, we kept God center every part of our relationship. And so when God gave us the plan, and it reminds me even now about Joseph, how God warned Joseph about the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of famine. And he gave him the dream, and then Joseph went on and did it. And so God had gave us the plan. He told us what to do on how to prepare for our home.
Let me say while you're talking about that, while she's talking about...
Thank you, Pastor.
This is kind of pre-marriage, but we never actually talked about this testimony on how, yes, Corona came. We had to make an executive decision, and I wasn't really happy. She was talking about, let's just get married now. My mama said, why don't y'all just get married now? You never know what's going to happen. And I was still like, no. And then I heard God speak and said, do it. And during the time that we had got married, many didn't know, that same week that we got married, I got laid off. So we got married off my 401k. The money we had right then and there was my 401k. My 401k was what got us this house. It all worked in God's timing because we got married, and then I'm like, okay, we weren't prepared to get married in March. We were prepared to get married in May. So, we had money saved up a little bit because we never, like she said, we didn't know where we was going to live. We still in March, 3 months before our actual wedding date, didn't know where we was going to live. We were still debating, still seeking God, trying to figure out what we were doing. So I said, well, we about to get married. I said, we can't be married and still living apart. I'm an hour away from you. You still living with your mama. I'm still living with my mom and daddy and all that stuff. I said, we got to do something. So we put in 2 applications for apartments. Because I said we're just going to jump into an apartment, be temporary, we're not staying there. So we put in an application at one apartment, and they ended up denying us, and I couldn't figure out why we got denied. We got good jobs. We making good money between the both of us. So I said, okay. We put in at the other place, and the other place was double the space, more convenient, updated, cheaper. So that's how God works. It was cheaper, and it's what we loved. We loved our apartment, and we had the finances to do it at the time. And literally, and I'm telling you, literally, we got married on Friday. On Monday, everything.
Somebody called out our credit.
We got good credit. Who called our credit out?
Let's keep on talking.
Oh. Anyways, I got 2020 sitting outside.
Keep talking.
Anyways, literally on Monday, everything shut down. You couldn't go to the courthouse. You couldn't even get a marriage certificate. They were not even giving out marriage certificates for May. They said no big gatherings. You can't get married in May. Nothing can happen in May. Nothing. Everything. It worked out when you follow God. We got married in the pandemic. We about to have our 1 year anniversary. In the pandemic, and God is still good.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was one of the things I think was good is that every step of the way we follow God, because even though we got denied at the other place, or whatever, we like he said we ended up getting an even better place where we live now, bigger, everything new, and then we were really close to my parents, and that was my mom had first. It was around the time that she was getting ready to come home from the hospital and rehab and things like that. So we were able to be close to my mom. So anytime she needed anything or whatever, we were around the corner to help her. So that was also good in God's plan because my mom needed our help in her recovery. We're
literally a minute and a half away. I can walk to the house in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we literally live around the corner from my parents. So like God, it worked out unfair because God didn't want us at the other apartment. If we were at the other apartment, we'd be very far from our parents. If my mom needed something, if she needed me to cook for her or to help her to the restroom or whatever my mom needed, and that was the time period also that I was working a second shift. So I was able to actually take care of my mom in the morning until my dad came home. My dad would come home when it was time for me to go to work. And so that schedule worked really well. So by the time that God had blessed me with the first shift job, my mom was up to her independence level that you see her now. And it was just like perfect, And so, like I said, it was God's plan that told us to save that money every month so that we can buy everything that we needed for our home because God knew we were not going to have a housewarming party. He knew it. He knew that we were not going to be able to depend on our family and friends to fill our home. He knew that I wasn't going to have a bridal party. The real purpose of a bridal party is not just to shower the bride with gifts, but it's to shower her with gifts for her home. And then to give her secrets and trades on how to build her home and be a good wife. They were originally called kitchen parties. But as they've been commercialized, we call them bridal parties. But if you look up the history of bridal parties, it was meant to prepare the new bride for her home. And so God knew I wasn't going to be able to get that stuff. God knew I wasn't going to be relying on somebody to give me a rice cooker or to rely on somebody to give me pots and pans because my one aunt has told me since I was younger that she was going to bless me with my first cast iron skillet set. My husband had to buy my first cast iron skillet set. We kind of bought it because of our money. But, he did buy me. No, he did buy me the cast iron skillet set that I needed.
Everything, God worked it out for us. I had lived on my own previously before getting married. I had moved back in with my parents. Mm-hmm. And I had kept some things from when I lived on my own. And then some things I sold. Yeah. But God had made it to where, and I kid you not, everything we needed, everything we wanted, we had it. There was not one thing we walked in this house lacking. We have 2 bedrooms and a living room. Every room got a TV in it. We had a 6-seating table, dining room table. We had our living room and nothing. And I love to say this because some of us black folks, we do payment plans, but everything when we walked in these doors was owned. Mm-hmm. Ours. We didn't. Nobody knocking saying we come to pick up. Mm-hmm. We didn't borrow nothing from nobody. God made it so when we walked in this house, everything was ownership. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and then like I said, like I was saying, like everything just like worked out. So like when we got married and we moved in together, everything was in order. We lacked nothing, and I think that gave us peace.
And I gotta say this because this was our first marriage. This apartment was our first home in marriage. And my wife was working second shift when me and my dad, it was only me and I thank God for my dad, which is me and him and my 12-year-old brother. We moved this whole house in. My dad drove from Elkhart. He stayed. He helped me do everything. Then he drove that hour back home. And I was concerned about my dad because my dad don't know how to work smartphones. So I said, Dad, you sure you got this GPS ready? Don't touch the screen. I set it up for him to get home. I said, don't touch the screen. Just listen to it. So when my wife finally came home, I was asleep on the couch. And she said, why are you on the couch? I said, this is our first home. I said, I haven't been in the bedroom yet. I said, we walking in there together. I said, I'm not laying in that bed without you. Our first night, I was home all day. She had to work. I was home all day. Didn't have a job at the time. I would not go in our bedroom after I set it up. until she came home. I said, we're going to walk in this room together. We're going to lay in the bed together. And from that day, we have never slept apart. From that day, we walked into marriage. Well, we stayed at the hotel, actually. Our first night married. We laid down together, and every day, and it's almost 365 we're getting close to. There's never been a day that we slept in different rooms. There's never been a day that I slept on the couch or she slept on the couch. We've always ended the night together.
Mm-hmm. And Pastor Ragland even said that we owe God a praise, and that's truly true. One thing that people probably understand why I praise God like I do is because when I think about our life together and I think about everything that we have gone through, God has really protected us every step of the way. He has guided us. I would never doubt again. I would never doubt God again, doubt God's plan, because I've just seen God work every step of the way, because like God even blessed us that, we were able to finally find a deep freezer, and even fill that up, and God blessed us, to have every appliance that we desired. Our refrigerator, our cabinets never lacked, and
we walked in that day with we were buying groceries before we had a house.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, who knew that the shelves would be empty? We got married literally that Friday. The government and everything shut down that Monday. They had sent, the day we got married was a day that the governor had sent out the message saying that Monday after work, everything was shutting down at like 3:30. And so, they're going to say, like, I will always trust God's timing. I will trust God's plan. Even if it seems strange, there was so many people, telling us to wait or, telling us to do this and that. And then people try to make it feel like we were rushing. And we would look at them, we're like, we've been engaged for a year. What rush are we having? It's not a rush, but we see the signs at a time and we're trusting God, and we knew that it was the right time. And so now we're 27 days to our first year of marriage. And, it's had its ups. It has had its downs. It has had its twists and turns. I mean, I think we both had days where we wanted to get an annulment. There was both days. I mean, I don't know how many times I done told Stefan mama to come pick up her son.
My God.
You
want to talk about that first road trip? First married road trip?
Was that first married road trip?
Yeah, because when we went down for your grandma's funeral, I don't think we were married.
No, we weren't. But that was really the first road trip?
I think that was our first.
I mean, we traveled, but was that the first road?
I think that was the first road trip, baby.
You don't consider Michigan a road trip?
Where we going, Michigan?
When did we go to Ann Arbor?
Oh, yeah, for my aunt. I guess that was still supervised. My other aunt was with us.
No, she was, whatever. Anyways, so on our first road trip was for my birthday. We went down to Memphis. Well, Stefan surprised me to take me to Tabernacle. So if you don't know, Bishop Matthews has a church in South Haven, Mississippi. It's called Tabernacle South Haven. I've been wanting to see that beautiful church. I wanted to have church down there. So yes, as a church kid, obviously, or just as a synagogue, church is always going to be something that we do and go to. So he took me to Memphis so that I can go to church Sunday at Bishop Matthews' church. I've been wanting to go down there. Mm-hmm. And so as we were going down there, Stefan was making a bunch of jokes. And I told him to stop. And it was getting real. And he wouldn't stop joking about me picking cotton. And it was like, didn't your grandpa pick cotton and all this type of stuff? I said, I hated I told you that story about my grandparents and stuff like that. Because I remember, like my Uncle Jack and them would tell me stories, about picking cotton and stuff after school and whatever. And so I was really upset. I'm like, bro, don't joke about that. That's real life. And I said, even though we picked cotton, at least my family owned the land that we picked the cotton on, So I'm just, whatever. And he wouldn't stop. So I called his mama. And I told her what exit in Arkansas she can pick up her son. And both of them didn't think I was serious.
She was dead. When I couldn't believe she called my mama. And listen, y'all. We was in my car. She tried to put me out my car. I said, Bianca.
I was driving.
This is my car.
It doesn't matter. You didn't respect your car when you was making them jokes. Were you?
Well, I didn't, I was being funny, but for real. I was like, hey, and I see her frustration. But I was for real. I was like, if this our first road trip, I said, I've never been down south. My family's from down south, but I've never been there. My family's from Louisiana, that's down south.
I'm not. I'm trying to figure out where you're trying to go with this.
So I'm like,
Because what excuse you trying to make?
I'm like, you want to keep something for memory's sake? I said,
Oh, you trying to make light of it now. Wow. Do you really want your mom to come pick you up tonight?
Listen.
Wow. Because I keep on telling you, Derisha can come and get you.
She said no returns. I have my mom and them literally
No, there is no paperwork. Mrs. Alexander, the other Alexander number 1, told me that she was going to bring paperwork to the wedding. She didn't bring it. So therefore, I did not sign any document, which means her son is returnable. But that's kind of like me and my mother-in-law inside joke, whatever. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's been ups and downs. I can't think of how many times, where I had to look at Stefan. I'm be like, what did I do? Like, why am I married to you? Like, because you have those moments where you get frustrated, you don't know what to do. And of course, the devil does not honor marriage. He hates marriage. He hates to see that we have overcome even this far, and of course, he's going to want us to be so frustrated that we want to give up, whatever. But then, literally, we can argue, and then seconds later, we're laughing at something, literally. I never thought that was really a thing. I thought that was just TV. But literally, we can laugh seconds later, about whatever, and we'll be watching TV, be like, you want to eat something? You hungry? You want to run to Sonic and get a drink?
My mama said, no, you had me working the wedding. I had forgot to have you sign them.
That ain't my problem. Let me tell you something. Your son hired you, okay? I was thinking that we were just going to the church to have a wedding. Just to get married.
She thought we weren't going to have no decorations. Like, I'm sorry, my mama's the decorator, so why would I not put on the phone
It was not
call?
even that. The thing about it was, we had made a decision, we had came to an understanding long time ago, that marriage is the commitment, but the wedding is the party. And we knew that the party can be postponed, and so we knew that this pandemic was real. We knew that it was getting serious. We knew that the government was shutting down. So there was no way of seeing a wedding in May. Now, did we think that things were going to change? Yes. But we didn't know when. And so we was like, well, let's just prepare. We waiting for a year from this time. And we've seen things change here and there. Now there's more, seats and stuff like that. But, we have made a decision until this pandemic is completely settled. People are saying, well, the pandemic, this coronavirus, like a flu, is really not going nowhere. But until they find a solution to it, like they found a solution to the regular flu, we're going to wait, because when we have this celebration, we want our family and friends to be there. We want it to be as epic as we dream.
And we had to really work on that, because they had told us at one point you can have 75 people. So we looked at our guest list, and it was like, we can't do that. We started thinking about our wedding party, people who spent money already. And then we had like her grandpa who's older, my grandpa who's older.
My grandpa's going to be 80 this year.
Yeah, so it's like, we love these people. Chance it.
And I want my great aunts and uncles to be at my wedding. And I want my family from near and far. I have family from every state. I have family from overseas. I want them at my wedding. Not to mention our church family that goes literally from all around the country and even abroad.
Listen, we had at least 6 bishops send back returns as they were coming. Probably about 7 supervisors.
Okay, now you talking Kojic. I ain't worried about that.
Well, you talk to church.
No, I was just saying, I know, but now you done got real into the church stuff.
Well, Superintendent Pierce said, I'm proud of you all. Kind of inspired me to look at the altar, maybe, kind of. And then he said, I don't plan to wear...
What?
He said he don't plan to wear no mask at the wedding. He need them to see his face.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so, and we did it, and like I said, it was hard.
My mom said, let me add to God's time. And someone had just sewed into my business flowers in your choice colors that allowed me to pull that off in 12 hours.
Wow. I didn't even know that. Wow. And yeah, and that was a big thing too, because we had you know, you got to think about the pandemic came like about 2.5 months before our actual wedding date. So, you know, we were so super prepared. I mean, like, my dress was here. We was like, time for the tux. I mean, it was time for my makeup trials. Like, I mean, we were literally, you know, to the finish line. And so, you know, it was cool, you know, whatever. After a while, we realized it. And so, you know, I feel that after marriage, you really meet your real partner. Mm-hmm. You see them for who they truly are. But that's why it's so important that if you're dating or courting, which way you decide, that when I say being friends is so important, because when you hit those rough patches, instead of knocking them against the wall or kicking them out in the blizzard or leaving them on the exit in Arkansas, that friendship you would have would get you through that.
I wasn't getting out of my car no way.
Well, you didn't have to worry about that because I was going to call the police and you a black man. They was going to get you out that car. But because I love you and I respect you, and that respect comes from our friendship as well as my husband, I wouldn't put you in a situation. And I'm not a silly woman. I was not really going to leave him on the exit in Arkansas. But I did want him to know, stop playing with me. You know, you know, it was really a joke, but, you know, I had to put the fear of God in him a little bit.
I did, you know, I thought we was joking, but when she called my mom, I said, okay, be serious. I didn't know we were serious.
Well, you know, I just, my thing is, and it's not just him, but there's a lot of young black people who sometimes make light of things that our ancestors went through, things that our family went through, that I don't play about, you know. And I might take our history a little more serious because of my love and my passion. But I do want people to know that was serious stuff. You know, slavery was no joke. Sharecropping was no joke. You know, living through the Jim Crow South. Just cotton in general. Cotton is such a simple plant that was used for evil, you know. And so, no.
But saints of God, I just realized how long we've been on here.
Yeah,
I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah,
this is just the first show. We are launching this today. We're going to be doing, I think, once a week. How are we trying to do this?
Yeah.
So, like, once a week, we're going to get on and talk to you about
just various topics.
About various topics. You know, this is our forever adventure. So we're going to talk about things going on in the world, things going on in our lives, things going on in the kingdom. You know, we are spiritual people as well. So, you know, some of these videos might be talking about some things God placed on our hearts to talk about. We might be talking about, you know, my wife is an activist. Some things we might be talking about what's going on in this world. You know, there's some things going on right now that some of you need to know. And we're not going to get into that because I could talk for another 30, 45 minutes. But we will continue this talk weekly. Hopefully we'll get flyers out, let you guys know what we're talking about so you guys can know ahead of time and prepare, you know. But I'll let my wife have the closing remarks and then I'll pray us out.
Okay. But I guess what I would like to say overall is just encouraging people who are thinking about marriage, even at a young age. We're in our 20s. You know, to understand that marriage is honorable and that it's a blessing. And I never want people to be blindsided by anything. You're going to have struggles, but it's going to be so beautiful because, like, you know, we know that once we get past this first year, you know, after we get past year 5, we know it's smooth sailing as long as we know that we trust each other. We know that it's us against the world. You know, we've had so many different things really in the last 3 months that have rocked us really in ways that I know I never could imagine my life to go, and probably even Stefan, but it's brought us closer together. You know, I think that as we reached year 1, we've been realizing the scripture when it says, you know, that when a man gets married, he leaves his mother and father. And he, you know, he has to leave and cleave. And we've been learning that. And also the Bible talks about the first year of marriage, how it should be just the husband and wife. You know, them getting to know each other. You know, them bonding. And we've taken this first year serious. You know, it's really been us. You see Stefan, you see me. You know, and even, you know, having to have those difficult conversations with people about, you know, how do we continue friendships and relationships now that we're married? You know, we're the married kids in our old crews. So it's like, how do you operate with your old friends now that you're married and things like that? And so, you know, it's interesting. It hurts, you know, but it's so rewarding at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, I have my husband, and I have his love, his support, his understanding, and he has all of me and everything that I have to offer, you know, and I have safety with him, you know, and I know that no one can hurt me, you know, because I'm going to call Stefan, you know, and I know that people are careful, you know, people really need to be careful when it comes to me, you know, not just because of who my husband is, but who God is to me and who I am to him. God don't play about me either, you know, and so learning and walking in that authority, you know, and so that's all. And can't wait to see y'all next week.
Amen. So if you desire to sow a seed into that, the Cash App has been posted on there. So we're going to close out in prayer. Father God, we thank you for this marriage, God. We thank you for this union, us two, God, that you put together, and giving us the mind to do this, to help those, encourage those. Father, even those that are watching us, those going to watch the replay, we said something that will bless them. We ask that you give them peace, oh God, even in this storm. In Jesus' name we say amen. God bless you all.